Okay, Aquarius, this is your up, okay? This is for you guys, Aquarius. I'm trying to be more thorough in the way we're doing these videos now because I didn't realize there's so much information we're trying to convey here. So Aquarius, please, if you have a moment, watch the preview, all signs, and get a little bit of the astrobabble in the background. Also, if you have time, please check out your moon sign and your rising sign, okay? You get broader perspective that way. Also, please understand we're shooting during the day here, and it's a crazy neighborhood during the day. A lot of construction going on, and wild animals that have escaped from zoos. There's a flight path, and there's ice cream trucks, and, you know, ambulances and everything. So just hang in, okay? Just tune out the distracting sounds if they show up, okay? Because I have to ignore them as well. There's just not enough time in the day to get all these reports out quickly enough, all right? So we're just having to compromise a little bit. Dear Aquarius, I know that some things are being very, very tough for you lately because you've got Saturn still pounding on the 11th house, okay, of community, your friends and hopes and wishes, and that's your turf anyway. So it might feel as though your whole world in that regard is really getting shuffled around, or like you're getting pushed around by Saturn, like the karma, like the truth police are coming in, like perhaps hard truths about your community. What you thought was so-and-so is not exactly true, and the truth is being exposed, and it might not be so pretty. And that's a very, very heartbreaking thing for some Aquarians, to understand that the thing that they love the most is their freedom and their humanity is corrupted in some way. Next, you've got Pluto still pounding through your 12th house. How tough is that when your whole sense of spirituality is being put through a meat grinder? I mean, dear Aquarius, it's tough, and it's such difficult energy to understand anyway. I mean, Neptune energy, it's like trying to hold a piece of fog in your hands, okay? It's very, very beautiful, or like literally trying to hold a piece of rainbow in your hands. How do you do that, okay? It's tough, all right? I'm just saying. So Aquarius, this is just going to be a little 3-card quickie like we do on the live shows, and I hope you can get something out of this. I've shuffled a lot already, but I like to have a really clean deck, and we're going to get into it now. So hold on, Aquarius, okay? Hold on. Oh, by the way, with the big fat, whooshy fire grand trine in the background with Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo stuff coming in, that's actually quite supportive for you. So some of the Saturn stuff, as challenging as it may be, it might be a smooth ride through it. In other words, you're not going to do a complete spin out. You're not going to go to jail or anything like that. But wherever the truth is being called out, it'll be done in a graceful, gentle manner, hopefully. So just be very kind and loving to yourself and your others during this period, especially in your community, especially with your spirituality. All right, Aquarius? So hang in. We're doing the best we can, aren't we? I love you guys, Aquarius. I really do. I mean, I say that to all the signs, honestly, because I do, but every now and again I get a little sort of bump. I get, oh, like I love Aquarians, and I can't help it. All right, here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Hopefully we'll deal with that, and here's hopefully how we're going to deal with it and what's going on in the background. Opportunity, sacred opportunity for coming into a greater state of material realization. That's how I'm looking at it for you, dear Aquarius. Because how do I say it? February, March. So when it comes to the Pisces Virgo polarity thing that we've been dealing with for the last few years, that hits you in your money houses. Second house and your 8th house, the Pisces Virgo polarity, and that's all over now. So you might be starting to get a glimpse of new weather approaching, new opportunities approaching. Wherever was really messed up in your finances, especially joint resources, it could be anything to do with loans, credit cards, monies earned through others because of intimate, tight relationships. You might start to see new horizons unfolding where you can actually get a three-dimensional sense of reality coming in, like locking it down, so to speak, getting a reality check on your finances, getting a reality check on your values, your real values, what's really, really important, okay? What really, really counts for you in this three-dimensional world, in this particular lifetime, right now, at this moment in your life, and thinking ahead for the next few months, perhaps even the next few years, all right? So this is big, big opportunity, and it's on the horizons, it's coming in, and it's there. So grab that. It is your duty to take hold of sacred opportunity when it's there and when it arrives, and grasp it, okay, and make the most of it. It's like, make hay when the sun shines. It's like being a good farmer. That's all I'm saying. So if you have the ability to grasp a stronger three-dimensional aspect of your reality, the more you do that, the better off you'll be, because that's going to open you up into new territory where you've never really been before. And that can be scary, but it's also exciting. So let's be brave, okay, Aquarius? All right, so what's the situation? Oh, are your issues to do with matters of the heart, very, very close matters of the heart, especially when it comes to your community, your 11th house, and your spirituality in your 12th house, where somehow or other, there's a profound connection to soulmates, and issues of the past that may be surfacing now, like emotional stuff, which is not your normal turf, Aquarius. Honestly, matters of the heart are more like an intellectual exercise for you a lot of the times, Aquarius. Now, I know for a fact that the Aquarians that I know are extremely deeply loving, caring people. However, it's almost like they're not even aware of it themselves, because they come from the perspective of a scientist or an intellectual, and they bring all the logic and common sense into the energy of love in a perspective, in a way that no one else can. And so in that kind of like paradigm of their existence, sometimes they're not even aware of their own heart issues. It's almost like they're so detached from their own feelings, their own emotions, they don't even know what they are. And even when they think they're feeling, they're still thinking. And even when they feel matters in the heart and stuff, it's still felt as a mental experience. And so what might be happening here, Aquarius, during this full moon period, is that you might be getting exposed to the very heart of the matter, in that these very sensitive issues, 11th house and 12th house, your community and your spirituality, are profoundly connected with heart energy, okay? Deep heart energy, especially in relationship with people who are very, very important to you, deep in your heart, deep in your community, either on a group level or the individual level, literally down to the level of soulmates, okay? You might have been carrying a lot of karmic energy for lifetimes, generations, certainly since infancy, and you're just coming into full awareness of how significant this is, especially if you're going back to lifetimes, especially with 11th and 12th house. These are such energies that can be so intangibly hard to handle unless there's an intense focus of energy on those aspects so you can understand it, especially when it comes to revelations of the heart, dear Aquarius, okay? So please understand that you might be kind of in a situation or an experience where you're literally dealing with soulmate energy here, one-on-one or group, which is almost like an alien energy for you. I know you're aware of it on the intellectual level, but feeling it in your heart is a whole other thing. All right. So let's see, what's the challenge with all of that? I'm trying to go as quick as I can, okay, people? Okay. My feeling is that it's all about power. Power, 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 okay? That's what I'm sensing, Aquarius. In this vortex of challenging energy that you have right now, it's bringing focus onto power, your own power, and the power of others around you, your significant others, how you affect them and how they affect you. And because we're just dealing with raw, supreme power here, it might be that in the context of very, very important soulmate relationships, either from the past or in the present, that are now being very, very activated in your life, you might be finding a severe power struggle between this way or that way, or uh, almost like where does my reality lie? Where is my sense of reality? Because if I can't come to terms with my power, how am I going to come to grips with my three-dimensional reality, especially when it comes to money and just raw survival? Because by nature, Aquarius, your money is deeply and closely attached to intimacy with like Virgo energy. So it's very, very precise. You can't mess around with that. So you might feel that your own sense of power is being undermined. You might feel that very powerful people around you are undermining your sense of stability in the three-dimensional world. And you also may be literally struggling with your own self-empowerment. Okay? Coming into your own power can be really, really tough, especially if you're dealing with very intangible energies of the 11th and 12th house, and especially when you're touching on very, very sensitive issues with matter of the heart. Okay, so let's see, how are we going to deal with this, Aquarius? Okay, don't be scared, all right? This is the card of Scorpio. Now, traditionally, Scorpio and Aquarius don't appear to get along, but I happen to know very well that Scorpio and Aquarius can actually be very, very beneficial for each other. This is the energy of profound, irreversible transformation, Aquarius. And the way to deal with whatever's happening with you in matters of the heart, especially when it comes to balance of power issues between yourself and your significant others, where your own sense of power is out of balance and other people's power is out of balance with you. The way to deal with it is to let the shitty stuff happen. Let the crap happen. And let the cards fall where they may, and allow yourself to go through what amounts to a complete and utter transformation. The death of an old self simultaneously with the birth of a new self. It might feel uncomfortable, Aquarius, I have to say, but the way to deal with it is allow it to happen. It's literally surrender. Now, if you are a very strong Aquarius and you have a strong sense of ego and self, the more and more you have of that, the harder it is for you to deal with the energy of surrender and transformation. But all I'm suggesting from this reading is that one of the best ways to handle whatever it is you're going through regarding these profound soulmate level relationship dynamics is to surrender. It's literally surrender. It's almost, the power is so much. There's no point in trying to fight it. The best thing to do is literally surrender to that which is and let it all flow and allow yourself to go gracefully through this profound transformation, okay? The more you surrender, the less pain, okay? So it's almost like a letting go of ego, which is usually pretty easy for Aquarius because a lot of Aquarians have almost zero ego, because there's so much about the group and the community. Sometimes they forget about themselves to the point where they become totally disempowered by fraudulent community structures or fraudulent uh, spirituality. So you are in some ways very vulnerable, but if you take care of yourself properly, which literally means total surrender of the ego to the spirit. Surrender ego to spirit. Then this is what the little reading is telling me is how you deal with this period coming up. It may feel shocking to you. It may feel uncomfortable, but it may be also very, very healing. Okay? Allow this is called transformational energy healing. Okay? I hope that makes sense, Aquarius. Transformational energy healing in matters of the heart. All right? All right. Thank you, Aquarius.